Ukraine is believed to be operating the US-produced Tempest system, which has reportedly already demonstrated its effectiveness by intercepting at least 21 Russian Shahed-type drones. Although neither the Ukrainian government nor US officials have publicly confirmed the delivery, analysts in Ukraine were able to identify the platform based on footage released by the country's Air Force Command Center. The Tempest, developed by the American company V2X, was first revealed to the public in October 2025 during the Association of the United States Army AUSA exhibition. Its presence in Ukraine may indicate a fast-track deployment process or the fielding of a small number of prototype units intended for real-world operational testing. In this video, Defense Updates analyzes how American Tempest is swatting Russian Shahed-type drones in Ukraine. Before we proceed, a word on NordVPN, which is one of the most trusted and fastest VPN brand that has a no-log policy validated by Deloitte. NordVPN provides a 256-bit encrypted tunnel that protects your privacy and also enables you to access contents that are blocked based on geolocation. Its threat protection system helps you avoid phishing, scams, and malware. NordVPN application is available for all the major platforms as well as browsers. Get an exclusive NordVPN deal with massive saving by going to nordvpn.com/defense or clicking the link in the description. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. Russia introduced the Shahed-136 into the conflict in 2022, deploying it under the local designation Uran-2 while keeping the core design unchanged. These loitering munitions have been directed at a wide range of targets, including energy facilities, fuel storage sites, command nodes, and civilian infrastructure. Although they move at relatively low speeds, this limitation is largely irrelevant when engaging fixed objectives. Large drone salvos often inflict real damage, or at minimum compel Ukraine to expend costly air defense interceptors. Detection now relies on a mix of radar, near-infrared imaging, and acoustic tracking. Mobile response units equipped with machine guns, automatic cannons, and man-portable air defense systems patrol urban areas to engage incoming threats. Individually, these drones are relatively easy to destroy once located, but defending against mass attacks remains challenging. Interception rates vary. A significant number are shot down, but enough still penetrate defenses to cause meaningful disruption. Their low production cost makes them effectively disposable. In contrast, the interceptors used against them can be many times more expensive, creating an unfavorable economic exchange for the defender. This imbalance is deliberate, slowly depleting Ukraine's resources. It enables long-range strikes without relying on high-value missiles or manned aircraft, while forcing Ukraine to disperse its defensive assets. The constant pressure on civilian infrastructure affects both morale and essential services, particularly electricity supply. Newer versions of Shahed have emerged, featuring upgraded guidance systems and, in some cases, small onboard cameras for reconnaissance. Tempest is a compact, modular combat platform armed with twin launch rails designed to fire AGM-114L HELLFIRE longbow missiles. It is tailored for short-range air defense missions, focusing on countering drones, helicopters, and low-flying aircraft across a wide range of weather conditions. In doing so, it serves as a complementary layer to Ukraine's higher-tier air defense systems, including Patriot, NASAMS, and IRIS-T. Target acquisition and engagement are handled through an onboard radar system, which allows the vehicle to detect threats, guide its missiles, and quickly relocate after firing. This mobility supports rapid fire-and-move operations, reducing exposure to enemy counterstrikes. The vehicle's design emphasizes affordability and speed of production, as it is assembled largely from off-the-shelf commercial components. This approach makes it significantly cheaper and quicker to field than traditional military-grade platforms. V2X has stated that Tempest is intended for engaging both short and medium-range unmanned threats in all-weather environments. Its radar is believed to be a pre-existing counter-drone model operating in the millimeter wave spectrum, providing active detection and initial targeting cues for the missile. The radar is believed to be optimized to detect small, slow-moving aerial targets. In addition to this, the platform likely incorporates a passive radio frequency sensing capability. This allows it to detect drones based on their own electronic emissions rather than relying solely on active radar. This reduces vulnerability by bringing down the vehicle's electromagnetic signature and making it harder to locate. Hellfire longbow missiles are a series of air-to-ground missiles that have become synonymous with precision strike capability. Originally developed during the Cold War to counter mass Soviet armored formations, the Hellfire system has since evolved into a versatile, all-weather, fire-and-forget weapon employed across a wide range of platforms and missions. The longbow variant, in particular, stands out for its millimeter-wave radar guidance, which significantly enhances survivability, lethality, and operational flexibility. At its core, the longbow Hellfire was designed to reduce pilot workload and exposure to enemy fire. Earlier Hellfire versions relied primarily on semi-active laser guidance, which required the launching aircraft or a third-party designator to continuously illuminate the target. This constraint limited maneuverability and increased vulnerability. The longbow Hellfire addressed this limitation by integrating an active millimeter wave (mmW) radar seeker, allowing the missile to autonomously acquire, track, and engage targets after launch. This fire-and-forget capability enables attack helicopters and unmanned platforms to immediately reposition or evade threats. It is equipped with a 20-pound, 9-kilogram warhead and a range of roughly 5 miles, 8 kilometers, were originally developed for air-to-ground operations but have increasingly been adapted for counter-drone roles. Although highly effective, employing these missiles against typically low-cost drone threats is economically inefficient, with per-unit costs often estimated at $150,000 or more. The operators are largely drawing from existing inventories, as primary production of the AGM-114L longbow ceased around 2005. While newer Hellfire variants, such as the AGM-114R, remain in production, the overall family is gradually being phased out in favor of the AGM-179 Joint Air-to-Ground Missile, which has now entered full-rate production. The Shahed-136 has had such a visible impact that it has even drawn remarks from U.S. President Donald Trump. In May, he noted that drones are increasingly dominating the conflict, adding that he had asked a company to supply him with large numbers of them. Referring to Iran's production, he observed that they manufacture capable systems at a fraction of the usual cost, often around $35,000 to $40,000 per unit. The takeaway is straightforward. Mass can sometimes outweigh technical complexity. Shahed is overwhelming Kiev's defenses with sheer numbers, and things are going to get worse. Ukrainian Armed Forces Commander-in-Chief Oleksandr Syrsky has recently stated that Russia has plans to more than double production of its Iranian-designed attack drones to 1,000 per day. So the threat is very daunting. To take on Shahed, the counter needs to be relatively low cost and not very complex. This is what Hellfire longbow-equipped Tempest is. If this platform can be provided to Ukraine in large numbers, it would certainly help. It remains to be seen if that works out with Trump administration pushing Zelensky for peace deal. When it comes to U.S. military, this experiment would provide it with valuable insights on counter-UAV strategies.